tea to a sweet, sweet mama salad. Now we all come together as well. For tomorrow, now we gon' make salad. And it's right where you there, it no matter. It's right where you be, it no matter. Anything you they do, it no matter. Oh yeah, it no matter. Now we putting up stronger one. It's like Sierra Leone, like a big quantity. Where breeze not a shade. TPP TV, Talking Points platform. Then they give you information about salute. Tune TPP TV.
Yes, family, welcome back to yet another very important program where they come through the Talking Point platform. My name is Mohamed Kagbo, and today na the 25th of November 2020. We get two main issues then for can talk about. These are very, very important issues then. The first one, we look at the 2021 budget. What it mean for you and me when they listen? And secondly, the much talked about white papers, what it hold for Salon. As we remember, the president be say within 90 days, all the one that when they be named by the paper say them accuse them for corruption, then for don't pay them money and they within 90 days. And not just like a very close to 4 more weeks, we they reach towards that point day. So we want to know what this mean. But somebody go and ask how this thing important, how this segment's important. Well, this is very, very important for your well-being one. This is not the area where boku salon people are not pay attention whenever they read budgets. They're not pay attention. And we forget for no say, the budgets, now they determine the good governance of the country. Now they determine if they get electricity 24 hours. This budget, what they read, now they determine if they get better healthcare. This budget, when they get for read, now they will determine if you get forget job, and many, many things. So everything about the economy center around the budget. Now that make a very important area where we for pay attention. Because once this budget, the government don't pass on, parliament don't approve on, it done. So today, we invite some big legend where now a very serious people in the political arena, when at the opposition, for can tell we and make we understand better one. We make an attempt for bring one SLPP member of parliament, but you not be able to meet up to the very point, the very time. It schedule be so tight. He apologize. Hopefully, in the next segment, it will come. Now we start first thing first. The first person we're going to introduce now, an household name. We all know her, and you don't need much introduction. Now, one time deputy ambassador to the US, and again, one time member of parliament. And again, we almost in a one-time assistant national publicity secretary for the All People's Congress. And on top of this, he vying for a very important position again at the APC, when at the chairmanship. So we go honor Honorable Almami for let me say good evening and good morning and good day to the people who are listening across the world. Honorable.
Yeah, me fumble them on a good evening, good afternoon, or good morning. It is a pleasure for Lade tonight again today. And I tell you plenty thank you when I get interest for listening about Sierra Leone and about the progress of things that really good. And that make I also tell people thank you, the television program with the host presently, for when they give away opportunity for how we face with people them all over the world. And tell them about progress so they happen in Sierra Leone, and also the I'm going to affect them, affect we in Sierra Leone, and affect the world as a whole. So me fumble them on a good evening. This now na Pekin, now also husband, wife, and also a son of Sierra Leone with the face on presently. Thank you for hosting me now.
Yeah, thank you very much. And again, Today we get a very young, distinguished gentleman at the studio. A very vibrant, hardworking man. We don't they do very well for in community. This a very responsible person, not only because of a member of parliament, also na in party, na the deputy caucus leader for the coalition for change, we na C4C. And we talk about no other person but Honorable Sir Charles of constituency 028. Honorable, you can say hi, great people that are listening around the world.
Thank you very much for having me on this platform today for the very first time. Of course, family where they listen to it this night or this morning or this afternoon, it depends on which part of the world you're there where they follow up right now. This na Honorable Sir Charles, me na the member of parliament where they represent constituency 028, na Konodi Street. We cover Fiama Chiefdom, Kamara Chiefdom, and Benson Chiefdom na Konodi Street under the Coalition for Change C4C political party. I also happen to be the National Deputy Publicity Secretary of the C4C political party and also the Deputy Caucus Leader of the C4C Parliamentary Caucus in the Sierra Leone Parliament. Once more, my pleasure for them at this platform at this moment for discuss issues of national interest where we believe say will push this country in business go forward.
Okay, thank you very much, and una welcome, gentlemen. Una welcome to the Talking Points platform. Viewers, una they listen with, una can also watch this program live na YouTube. Una can follow we page na TPP Leone. TPP Leone. You just type on YouTube, you see this program live, and on Facebook now. You can just type at Talking Point platform. You go able to watch this page, and you will watch this program live. Now let's start first thing first. When they talk about the budgets, where the Honorable Minister of Finance, when JJ Safar, don't project to Parliament say this year budget will be 9.2 trillion. Lord, listen and quickly, and we come to the reaction towards. Lord, listen, what is
the projected total resource envelope for 2021 financial year is 9.2 trillion. Of which domestic revenue will contribute 6.42 trillion. Budget support 122 billion, and domestic finance 1.69 trillion. Project loans and grants are projected at 1.85. These are resources disbursed by development partners through commercial banks and in some cases the Bank of Sierra Leone for financing projects in various sectors. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, with the improved revenue measures highlighted earlier in this statement, our domestic revenue is projected to increase to 6.42 trillion and represents 13.5% of GDP. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, government priorities for the medium term are articulated in the medium term national development plan.
Okay. We start first to Honorable Sir Charles, being say in the Parliament right now, and then they debate this particular budget. Now, Honorable, you said already the people that want to listen, the Minister of Finance, JJ Safar, was on table in the Parliament this year. Then they look for 9.2 trillion for budget the country. So, Honorable, how realistic this budget is? How good it is? Honorable.
Thank you very much. Of course, you don't give people the extract of what the minister say with regards the budget. This now the budget, the budget statement. This way the minister deliver. This now the document we get everything we concern monetary business in this country for 2021. So this budget, a lot of things and the way the minister, present to the people of this country, where I believe say and critical and issues that we as members of parliament for the past 3 days been on the look at. Indeed, measures hello? Hello? Hello?
Hey, you didn't live. Will they get you? Will they get you, honorable?
Hello? Yeah.
They get you, honorable.
Okay, thank you. As I've been say, a lot of issues that they will come up to light from this budget. But like the highlight of the entire budget, where it will be interesting for the family out there understand that the area of education, where the government campaign with as the flagship program, right? Where they carry over 20% of the national budget. This present budget, this 2021 budget here, we presently look at, it gets an allocation of about 22%. 22% of the entire budget has been allocated to education, and a series of questions can come up. That it's been 3 years now that this free education thing don't come, waiting they go on, waiting they happen, wait probably people not see the results, not see the effect of the free education itself with all the resources where they go into it. So that's a very big concern. And the area of the wage bill, now another huge concern. This government in the manifesto, if you look at the SLPP manifesto leading towards the 2018 general elections, the 96-page manifesto where they give, then we make and declare say the past government being how to say then they overspend. They describe double dipping, if not triple dipping, double dipping. These were description they gave to the past government with regards the wage bill, right? That when they come, they go ensure that they sanitize the wage bill. But you will turn for ask again, what measures the government don't put in place for see that they sanitize the wage bill? Every now and then we see the wage bill, they increase, they go up, they go up, they go up, right? A lot of proliferation of offices. Why separate the Ministry of Land and Environment, for instance, right? Why separate the Ministry of Social Welfare, Gender and Children's Affairs? We can understand the separation of the Ministry of Finance and that of Economic Planning. We can understand that one day, because dealing with financial matter is very, very important. We'll find again, attach again the issue of planning, economic planning again at the end. So that one is understandable. The division of the Ministry of Finance from that of Planning and Economic Development is understandable. But when you look at the other ministries, as I've been saying, why come with gender and children? Ministry of Gender and Children Affairs, and then you talk about social welfare. You separate them. Why separate them? Why you separate them? So you need to cater for a whole set of sector where you need to provide for. You talk about the Ministry of Lands. I'll just explain this, right? You talk about the Ministry of Lands and Environment. We get a Directorate of Environment in the Ministry of Lands and Environment when it was there. Waiting at the responsibilities the way we feel say, where this government would feel say, that directorate's not able to do, but instead pass and go create another ministry. These are questions. We get ONS, then go carry it another agency, known as Disaster Management Agency. These are the things. NACOVAC, right? We get health workers waiting at the front line. What can we do to empower these health workers so that they're able to go into the field and do something. Now you talk about all the structures and the way they don't set. So this is the problem where we are heading as a nation, where people say we need to be careful about, you know.
Okay, what do you feel say na the good part? Because from what the minister say, this particular budget will create jobs for thousands of people. It bring calm sanity. It will improve the quality of living, the bread and butter way. Then campaign for kind of power, and in fact, they don't even increase the payments for the service, security service. For example, the police, the military, honors by 25%. So this is not a plus. So I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about the criticism. Actually, the entire budget. What do you feel saying are the good part of it, or if you say not good at all? Let's talk
Thank
about
you
it.
very much. Thank you very much. Of course, the increment for the security sector, it's for the next 3 years, now a laudable venture, if only it is done in a true spirit. We hope say there is no motive behind it. Because as far as we are concerned, the teachers are still there languishing, lecturers are striking, you know, for their salary, lecturers are on strike for their salary, teachers are grumbling, a lot of things there, a lot of sectors there, what we expect say the government for don't consider as priority for now. We are not saying that the security sector not a priority, no, that's not it. We appreciate them for that, but we believe that there are other sectors as well where the government for them prioritize, right? Going forward, as you may say, a lot of things and the way the government proposed in this budget, where some of them good, right? Coming from Kono districts, for instance, are so happy for the first time. This government will include something which have to do with the much talked about University of Science and Technology in Kono. For the first time, we don't see something tangible there that the government don't provide, don't cater something from the budget. Now we don't start to see reality that we are getting there. You understand? Also, you talk about the empowerment of youth, creating car wash, but like when you look at some of them things and they, how you go give such a huge chunk of money, over 6 billion, right, for just car wash projects across the country. Then the Ministry of Youth itself, when at the ministry where they superintend the affairs of youth across the country, the allocation we give to them is so small. These are the things, right? Well, let's talk about agriculture.
Okay, well, they can't turn down there. They can't turn down there. They can't turn the agriculture, honorable. Okay, I think Lowy, I think they got some issue here. Okay, now honorable, now you know the next the next important question they go to you, sir. From what you don't be a very seasoned politician at the country, somebody where don't man the affairs of vibrant institution of the country, and you know thoroughly what's in our governance, like you Pam. And right now, from what you understand, the government only plan for spend the plan for spend 6% of the entire budget in agriculture. This same government when they come, then promise for say, then they go try for end even for import rest. Mind you, Salon spend 200 million American dollars every year for import rest. And now government say therefore reverse this. But it seems as if this is not real. You know, tell me, what do you make up of this particular figure? 6% for agriculture. What do you think about this?
Well, thank you very much for the opportunity you gave me. And I want to let you know with me down to agriculture, because we are talking about the budget speech and we are looking at Sierra Leone in general. And when we talk about the budget speech, you get to look about so many things that when I factors them. And I will come to agriculture later. And I want for we look at so many things then, because the budget speech is just a document where a proposal where the Minister of Finance presents to members of parliament for let them look into them, so that they will see exactly what's invisible And the most important way members of parliament need for ask presently, where are they going to get this money to fund all these big projects? And where are they going to get this money? This is something where most times the members of parliament get for ask. Look at the NRA waiting at the collection and looking at the present budget in general. When you look at very strongly, it's more of a spending budget. And you don't know exactly where's this money coming from for spend into this 9.3 or 0.2 trillion we get for going to the country budget. But looking at this, let me go directly because I get time until we will talk into the area then. Looking at agriculture, you look at the Sierra Leone where we did so presently, we see how we land at this country very fertile. And long years back, we people in the tell we say, we've been even export rice now other parts of the world. And when you can at Sierra Leone, you know say yes, the land very favorable. If now a swampland you did go, even upland, you the final say Sierra Leone is so blessed. And with any two way plants here, they flourish. Why not as Sierra Leoneans using this 200 million, as you said, US dollars, willing to spend for other rights every time? Why not we find a way for minimize them by investing into the agricultural sector, wherein that can be another big area where you go able to create employment for the youth. One area where they can able to do them. For instance, looking at state farms, you can open even in this, what's in the call and chiefdom farms. Each chiefdom can get in your farm, where in youths, or we are in youths, they can employ them there, or when they can go, then give service to the nation, or when they don't get scholarship, give service to the nation, where in 1 or 2 years, go work up in the provinces. We get youths in this country where they pass around where we drop nothing. Because of this, don't lead to so many unrest within the country, because youths and they plenty don't come out university, they not get job. Plenty don't come out university, then they sit down, then are attire base, because the government, when are the biggest employer in this country, not get way for absorb them. Because waiting with the see presently, and I catch-22 situation, wherein the government can find itself to a situation wherein they want for increased employment, but they're not, the industries are not there. Even the four type of industries that will for exist, now they exist within the country in the way we are in, where in one sector, even the raw material industry, when the minerals that will get inside this country, like gold, diamond, and these other things that will get, iron ore, rutile, what we do as a government, but let not go far, let come back to agriculture. Agriculture looking at the second level of industry, wherein they deal with agriculture for produce rice, for let we become self-sufficient within the nation. What in government they do for make that happen? We always, for all these years, we give lip service to the nation, say we embark on agriculture, we go be self-sufficient for not begin feed yourself. But when you look what in government you put into agriculture, then it's just like when they say, it puts your money where your mouth is, or puts your mouth where your money is. They are not doing it. How can you put 6% of the GDP into agriculture when you think, say, agriculture is something wherein if we embark on them, we go provide employment, we go able to feed ourselves, and also we go able to do so many things within the country where we go able to export some things. Even if we look at products, if we market them very well, when you find out inside the agricultural sector, we make we need to do well as compared to Ghana and the other places, more like we don't there abroad. When you see we product within the pool now, export them abroad, the packaging system of that product is not up to high quality as compared to Ghana, Nigeria, and the other places. We product with the common. So when you talk about agriculture, it's a big industry that can be a flagship program for any serious government. Where we pull this country from this dependent syndrome, wherein we have to go in our other country. Then we say in, for instance, then you work very hard. they import the rice to we own country, wherein we get fatter line. For long we make, we become food self-sufficient. But what are we doing? We are just paying lip service. But let me come back into the general economy. I sympathize with presently the government in some areas because I look the nation as a whole. This is not politics time. Now if I talk, I'm not going to eat on them. Begin talk other negative things then, because this is not time for campaign. We are all thinking about national interest, looking at the economy. What can we do? Because what they do presently, they know say one of the way for raise an economy very fast, now for create employment, for find a way for create employment. Government being the biggest employer in this country, because the private sector is not working effectively, and then because no funding, not there for fund the private sector, for make that, because when you look, for instance, take for instance a bank loans them, we in Sierra Leone pay up to 25% on interest on we loans them what would it take? How do you think a country can flourish with that type of percentage? We're so high. What did the government do for lower RAM in order for we make sure say the small businesses then will flourish? What do we do for help the banks them, for let the banks then get money, when I'm able to send to them various areas indeed. This is a very big issue that we have to think in, not just as political party, but we have to look at the holistic approach for how we solve this problem. Because the dependence syndrome, where this country don't get in terms of economic slavery. Look, for instance, when the minister, they talk in the parliament, we celebrate dependency. When they say this, they don't know people are not giving this amount of money. People do all the dance. Is that something you have to be so happy about? When are you going to be so independent? There are so many industries that we can develop in this nation for make this country a better place. But what are we doing? Let's stop all this politics first and look at the country as a whole. Yes, sir.
Let me just make the answer then short, because we had a lot for discourse. We come to Honorable Sir Charles regarding the white paper, the Commissioner of Inquiry. The government don't accept the recommendation and don't talk and very seriously say, then go make sure say they implement everything regarding. Hello? Yeah.
Yeah, I get you.
Yes, Honorable. Everything regarding the recommendation. So what now you take as a member of parliament with regard this? Because now a few more weeks left for less than 90 days when I grace period, the people that wouldn't be alleged say then thief government money, therefore return them money then give back. But first, in you, since are the first time this kind of this platform, and we'll put this question to you directly. What's now you take for the white paper? Is there anything good for the country?
Thank you very much. With white paper business, nothing we don't really raise a lot of concern across the four corners of this country. Since the commission itself, since the inception of the commission itself, right? It will find for make Agi Fambulem a brief background as to how this entire commission came about. The instruments will lead to the establishment of the Commission of Inquiry, where them in put them forward in the Parliament. We've been debating and been a very fierce debate. We argue from both sides on a lot of issues. First of all, we've been asked from the opposition point of view, we've been asked for the rules and regulations and a number of things that way for happen before they set up the commission. But at the end, the documents, the instrument then go through and we get the Commission of Inquiry. They don't do their findings, and now they don't do the recommendation to government. Government don't accept what they accept and reject what they reject, and don't give a time frame of 90 days for see how they can implement then recommendations, then the white paper. But one thing where I go always want to make clear now that C4C as a political party, we know they support anybody we don't thief salon couple. If anybody, the commission find one thing, say yes in one way or the other, find one thing of misappropriation of public fund, let them give account. In as much as we support the government in its drive in the fight against corruption, we go also want for serve. We go also want for caution the government for not say we not go support any move where now the form of a witch hunt, right? You know, we not support anything in the form of a witch hunt. If you say you defend corruption, if we be sincere about it. Now, only when we are sincere about the fight against corruption, then the fight against corruption go water. If we're not sincere about them, definitely we're not going to make any headway, right? If you remember the last time, immediately where this white paper come out, like we form a leader, Chief Sam Sumana, we now then APC, and me raise concern. He said, you know, go say you defend corruption. Now only people away there na the past government you the target. People themselves way there na this current government, where people say they're involved, right, in corrupt activities. Where they name them they now the commission in findings. You don't go get them at the current government, you know, and you left them as sacred cows while they target other people that were not there. So these are some of the things. And we'll be see from there, the president will just wake up, quick, Isakwa minister, you know, he do one or two shake up, where make people start to look at and say, okay, well, maybe there is seriousness in it. But at the end of the day, all of you go and say, the commission of inquiry, it been fine. But again, look at all the money we don't spend for that commission. What you don't revert to now? Anti-corruption back up on your own findings. Why the waste of all these resources? Why at first to not make use of the commission of the ACC for investigate some of them here and see how they can bring them people out to book where forget accounts of their stewardship for the various public office where they serve, right? So to me, the entire commission of inquiry, right, now be a sham, not a thing where be worthwhile at all at that time, right? And we don't use their resources there for see how we can empower the ACC for go about the investigation of them people where they find out say found they involved and public fund. You know that okay. Because at the end of the day, that the ACC back could not revert. You see okay. The situation. But yeah. It's up to the lawyers of the various people that where they indict, where they name they for see the argument and then defense where they go put for the various clients them. But at the end of the day, all what we stand for as a political party, we want to see that there is the rule of law, there is transparency in this thing, that the fight against corruption, we don't forget any sacred cow. If you say they fight corruption, we will fight her with all sincerity. Not a situation where we will see a particular set of people are being targeted. Okay, when once people look at and that way, then the whole thing of water. Now that's like you see some people they come on the door, when they say that's why they go for interview now, they come out. You know, all of these things are things where people say the government needs for handle with caution.
All right. Thank you very much. Now we come to Honorable Colson Toure, where now a very strong APC member, he vying for even the chairmanship, and the Commission of Inquiry largely they talk about the party, where it hits like I would say that very small percent from the people that will be working at the previous government, where they work right now this current government, where the name. Like majority, more than probably 90%, it focus on the previous regime. Honorable, for the first time, what now you take? You think say now good thing for law we go after people and where we entrust we resources there. We trust them with salon. We trust them with everything for make them work for we. Some people then turn around. We know this, it happened. Say some people they work for themselves instead of the country. But first, as a statesman, what do you take with regard to the white paper and as well now your own political party, more the focus they on?
Let us say one thing. There is a golden rule where we all know, do unto others as you want others to do unto you. And that golden rule, I think, says stand up to this point. Left that Adese Engam and left Ambola come to the main point again. Looking at the white paper and the commission, there is nothing wrong about it. Section 147 give the president the right for set up a commission, of which we self when we may win in 2007 will come. There was a commission we set up, but we weighed the issue looking at the present the situation will be. We've been just come up from war. We come up from so many trouble the country they try for rebuild itself. And we've been look at national cohesion for put this country together so that because we know say the only way you go get development. Now when there's peace, now the only time that there will development the Canadian nation. We look at all the options and as a very credible and also matured party and leadership, we decide, say, let we not continue with this because it will divide the country and will cause lots of trouble. What thing we do? Because of that same day, the President Ernest Bai Koroma decide for strengthening the anti-corruption commission and make sure, say, yes, Indian teach for them in bites. During that time, then the most of the one that were involved, where the president been in power, we take them to book. And we know some of the ministers where the president check. Coming to date presently, there's nothing wrong with the commission. And I want to say this, APC is not corrupt, not so APC thief any money. During the APC, the time of President Ernest Bai Koroma, we been get APC people always serve with them. You get SLPP, you get civil servants, all people in serve with them within in government because it was a national government put together. But we been expecting when this commission come, irrespective of anything, let them just get a plain in field. Wherein they need to look at people, the tribe, the region, or who side and come out. Let them just say we are just looking into this issue and make sure say whosoever is wanted and the law go better very seriously. Waiting we on party to talk about presently. Most of the one the way they talk say involve the people of interest. I will tell you say 90%, if not above that, now members of we own political party and very strong members of we political party, and most of them in the work in the government for serve this country, more like the president, former president, Dr. Ernest Bai Koroma, will serve this country so well and give everything. Presently, they are the center of a dilemma wherein we self no know. Like me also don't allow talk like a person in divorce from all political something. Because I am a Sierra Leonean first before I become APC. Because Sierra Leone all pass APC. So Sierra Leone come first. Let's take that one day out. But let's look at presently something secret. We don't see the civilized world. Afterwards, somebody don't serve as president. Some file then they win a confidential file, then they lock them for a certain period. For somebody don't claim to that level, you go after them for put them down. Yes, other countries they don't do them, but not a good example compared to Sierra Leone. When you look waiting the apple, so not to Ernest Bai Koroma then they destroy. Now the presidency or the nation of Sierra Leone now in then they destroy. They not set up a commission for look into all corrupt acts them. Now the commission don't come out with a white paper. The white paper is already out. They don't charge some people in so many ways. And that's there in the progress. Then there's a double jeopardy coming up again, where it's so
Okay,
surprising. I'm coming, please, I have to clear myself. Please.
Okay.
This is very sensitive and it goes very deep to present issues. I'm not going to say anything we will take way off topic. But this one, you look at presently waiting to go on within the nation. If they want to develop this nation with the think about peace, we can handle this situation in a peaceful way. And at the same time, I will tell you, say, APC believes, say, they get rights and we not condone anybody who corrupt. But what would they say? Let the country be peaceful. Now we respect the presidency, not the individual. And then secondly, again, there are so many approaches from the no use for solve this problem. One of them, like how would you talk, so we get Zoom. We get so many means wherein ACC can sit down at the office, then Zoom the president, or call on a phone, the lawyers and the other people, and they then talk to them. This is an investigative process. It's not yet up to the court yet when I criminal something, but you are already criminalizing the president, making him for be a criminal when you investigate a process, putting out warrant, or even though they're not put out yet, but those are here saying what people they talk about. And not one thing, we want a country for develop. We some of we the talk say Sierra Leone is bigger than APC. Sierra Leone is bigger than all of us. What do we talk about? When Sierra Leone better, we all better. With some of we tell you say, well, even though Mother Bio from the opposition party come up, but Wallo is succeed. We are not going after him for destroy this country. No, we want to work with him so that we get a nation where they develop. I can stop for now.
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable, for your take with regard to the white paper. Fabulous, and don't forget, say this program they come through the Talking Point platform, and they also watch this program na YouTube. You will just share we na YouTube na TPP Leone, and this is one of the fastest online platform. And yeah, you get news about the country, about the economy, about well-body business, and many other issues. Today, if you just join we will talk about two main issues there. We'll talk about the 2021 budget and the white paper. And the guests then are very renowned people in the country. We got Honorable Colson today and Sir Charles, when Honorable questions is 0 to 8. Now, now come to Honorable Sir. Honorable, government allocates 22% to education, just 21%. But from what we just understand right now, we get more than 90% of the students who sit the worst feel worse. So, and in an area we are in, there is very scarce resources. What can I take where government they pump every money, but we're not able to see something different? Honorable to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. As I've been saying, this area of education is very important that we look into it. To the extent that, as I speak, Parliament, we don't pass a motion for someone, the Minister of Basic Education, so that he will come explain to we and the people of this country reasons responsible for this mass failure. Because we believe, say, this is unprecedented. For me to get such a huge failure, now a big disgrace to education system, with all the resources where the government pour into education. You know, so we want to start and first from there. We'll see how the minister can explain to me waiting happen. Who shall we be as a nation? Because to me, with such a massive failure, it don't do for make we declare education as an issue of emergency. You understand? Because for make we begin and we fail like I way, it's very serious. Less than 5% of we begin and for pass. What? This is very serious. So with all the money where the government put, these are concerned. Now make we can stand for act say if we really serious about pushing the affairs of this country, we need for step beyond political. You know, which measures the government may put in place for make them we can drop one academic year all of a sudden to SSS3 from SS4 to SS3. As I speak to you, the carry is not locomotive. First time 90 pounds also. The beginning they lose staff. So now all them considerations then they like the past administration, whether the institute the Pamanja Commission of Inquiry, or look into the education system, then and come up with them findings that they because they find out that the beginning they lose a whole lot of contract hours. So there was need for make we get an additional academic year. You understand? But then when I come, they say, no, we revert back to SSP. No, not do findings, no, not get better data upon which in the belong. These are some of the things. You know, the entire country, and they tell you now, say, we only have 160 school inspectors, 160 people left. But the government not employed for inspector school level, see waiting they reach their school level in terms of free education material, in terms of compliance with government policy, in terms of monitoring the teachers for see that they do waiting and waiting for do. We get over 2 million people where they go school. We get over how many thousand schools, and you employ just 160 inspectors. How we go see results? These are the things. So we will see that education gets in proper footing, irrespective of the funding or the put into it. We need to go beyond the allocation. You understand? Because this 22%.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Will they get you?
Yeah, you get me?
Yes.
So, like as I say, these are the issues that we need to look into. Presently, the teachers, they say they don't recruit over 13,000 teachers. But I can tell you, out of this number, not to them all receive salary. It's not a matter of giving PIN code. They don't try to sanitize the teaching service for long. Even the previous government been trying to do their own best. This government back don't come and say NCRA go do them data, this, that. But what are they doing? I tell you, there are teachers that have been approved for over 8, 9, 10 months. No, not get salary. And then them get PIN code already, they are approved teachers. How do you expect these teachers to survive? How do you expect them to give their best? These are some of the things we are talking about. You know, the school feeding program again, another one. We should take programs were sustainable. Not just take program because of politics or whatever. You know, the school feeding program is not sustainable. Then budget in the manifesto, if I can take you back there, then budget for like 2018, then budget 115 billion for education. Wherein them say that one day for cater for everything where they will do with it, every picky way they go to school in this country. The estimated figure was about 2 million. That for them 2 million picking them day, each picking for you government will provide for them support not less than 380,000. Then do all the analysis they do. That this 380,000, each picking then go pay school fees, then go provide for you core textbooks, then go provide for you 2 sets of uniforms. These were the things they campaign with. That no picking up will go to school again at a cost of the parents. First, if the parents so wish, that is rejected picking a private school. But what have they done about that? You know, so like the entire education system for now, this particular result now a clear signal for say we know they get them right. You know, the new Minister of Basic Education will come, they don't know much about the current system. And you know, go can no more change something just like that. I expect a young man very intelligent, you know, but like that ministry today, they get a lot of issues where you only take people of experience. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes, you're online, honorable.
So, like as I say, now the issues that the one day we need for look into, because this particular watch result now a signal for say we don't get a lot of things wrong. So as a government, it's high time we look at this thing with all seriousness and forget about the blame game. You know, go tell me say over 90% of who picking and as alone. Do not depend on nothing for pass exam, pass five. That is not possible. A lot of things they were wrong. Where we need for look into, not so now for the cast blame on the picking. I'm not saying yes, the picking are lazy. A lot of them no one read, a lot of them no one study and what have you. But that is not the only problem. Look at WAEC as the examining body. You know, a lot of things are wrong. Some picking they enter the subject that way they enter, not so income for them. Some school and they not sound results. You know, what thing they happen? Who's how the thing go wrong? We need to look into all land sectors the day. It's not a matter of you just paying fees for public exam for picking them. No. We want to see even the WAEC, the body were responsible for conduct the exam. This is high time we call all the stakeholders that they together. We look into the issue with all seriousness, with all open mind, and then we find a way forward. But if we say no more, no, we are right, then PKN and this and that, the past government will encourage exam malpractice and what have you.
Okay.
Problem that will solve.
Yeah, family, if you just the January, this now your program Komon-Tok, where they come through the Talking Point platform. Me already present the program, Mina Mohamed Kagbo, the CEO and founder of this platform. And today we look at two main important issues there. We look at the 2021 budget and the white paper. And we get two important guests there, one from the APC and one from the C4C, where one Honorable Colson Toure and as well as Honorable Sir Charles. We debate on the issues there for make them help we understand better one. Because sometimes it's not about we being more speculative here. We want to give something credible for Leone area from those horses' mouth. Now that's the main thing. Now, Honorable, unfortunately, we don't lose Honorable Toure. Maybe very soon. Now we just we jump to the next question. Now, the 2021 budget where government look for get 9.2 trillion. Is it realistic?
Well,
given the harsh reality on the ground, we all know say yes, the COVID-19 don't impact a lot of businesses negatively, and governments they expect for get money for finances. Now, just a proposal. So, how realistic in your own view?
This is a very big concern for make we budget shoot up to such an amount where the foundation of our economy is very weak. The minister talk about the contraction of our economy. You know, with all the considerations that then you see the way that the budget will shoot up to such amount. Nothing where it worrisome, it really, really worrisome. And we don't raise the signal bell to the government that then here they really need to take into consideration a lot of things. You take a look at the taxation, you know, the increment in birth certificates, increment in a lot of other things. These are all things that I believe say, if the government say it enforce, right, it will lead to a lot of problems. It will make the condition of living difficult for people, you know. So to me, but make we get a budget for the up to that kind of amount. Now a serious concern because this money is not there readily available. And the COVID as well, as they say, this now something where don't affect a lot of economic activity. Now the whole world. And Sierra Leone, not to an exception. A lot of things and they were expecting, you know, for all the happen, for boom the economy, we know they happen. You know. So also we also raise concern in the area of the mining. The mining sector is very, very key. But it will surprise you for learn that this entire speech, this entire budget speech, the government not able to make mention of anything where concern the mining sector. And the mining sector, we believe, now one of the sectors down there where they contribute immensely to the economy. You know, so we believe that's an area of concern. Of course, prospects there in the area of petroleum, you know, as we don't pass from one or two agreements them. You know, these are all prospects, but they are not reality. They are not only now. We therefore be careful as well. You know. Hello?
We go back to you, Honorable. We don't see a lot of people in the cry in our social media, and for we are waiting at the media, they get tons of messages and they ask, now do something, now meet people, now talk to them people regarding the sensitive issues that we talk. But the problem is, majority of salon people, whenever they read them budgets, you understand? Now let them just say, I will the parliamentarians on maybe pass later now they can say, oh, so birth certificate will be 10,000 or 250. How? Now when are they now? Now that make we come with them program there. We invite some busy people here. Even though they are parliament, they still left them busy to come talk to the people which they happen. Now, we understand from this new budget, birth certificates they go to 250,000. Birth certificate and marriage certificate to one. Honorable to you, sir. Honorable to me.
Hello.
Honorable to you, get me?
No, I'm not getting. I'm not waiting on the question. I think we get
breakdown regarding
the
tax.
I don't know
regarding the tax where governments they try for increase when it comes to issues there like birth certificate and as well as marriage certificate. For example, marriage certificate now they go 1 million from 250, and birth certificate from 10,000 they go to 250. And given the current situation, we know say the COVID-19 don't impact people and job and all the. If you say this now a sound policy for let government continue for increase more burden to the already impoverished people.
Well, I think say presently you don't even completely. We don't put all the burden in people like it's so great we presently. Not so anybody to pay for them. Now the people.
Internet, okay. So we gonna try for a wrap up because you find out maybe the internet now salon they look see far we most of the time. Honorable, you are back. They get me? All right. Now, Honorable Sir, let me go to you regarding you constituency 028. Being that you are a young man, what do you looking for you people then? Because at the first time this year come, we want the tell we as a parliamentarian because we know our responsibility not only for vote for we, but also when they get some money on they can quarterly or you will tell me how now they use them on their day or personally to with you, how do they change the lives of your people then? It's an opportunity for them to tell people now today.
Thank you very much. And I feel so happy that I then at this platform tonight. And as a member of parliament, we responsibility according to the constitution is limited to 3 main functions. That is representation, lawmaking, and oversight. But due to the system of governance where we been on under during colonial days, the mindset of people is that as members of parliament, because first time members of parliament, them in the day as members of parliament, and they still there as ministers, you know. But now, since the thing don't change, they still gotta believe they say as members of parliament, it will still do for them something. It will still bring development to them. Of course, the previous government gave an annual allocation to members of parliament where they may classify as a constituency development fund, when have been around 60 something million per annum, where they give to each MP, where the MP go look at the constituency, look at the felt need and see what he can do. But this government can clear say development is not in the hands of MP. It has been devolved in the hands of the council. That as MP, with responsibility, whether not the constitution now for stick to. However, they may give an initial sum of 69 million where they may make from go get with offices then across the country. Every MP you get office like constituency where people say you go then at this office, it coordinate things the way they happen at you, like constituency. You go there, you go able to perform oversight. But see that if anybody they do anything within the constituency when in relation to development and what have you, you will able to monitor and you will able to perform oversight. But he say they're able to do them correctly for the people then. You understand? That you will also use that office for updating people then. Tell them about what they happen at parliament, then you get back them feedback, what them feel about laws that want to make. So for the past 1 year or so, some of we don't do that one day because we don't get to the office and engage with people them, we keep them updated about everything where they happen at parliament. And that besides this mentality where on the minds of the people and for say honorable members of parliament for bring development for them. If you don't bring development for them, they're not going to vote you in. This don't push we as members of parliament for see how we can make 1 or 2 strides for see what we can do for people. As I speak to you, I don't embark on the construction of a junior secondary school when one of the flagship program in the constituency, where one of the factories that will be identified in the constituency during campaign 2018 was so when elected as a member of parliament, I will help the people then to get secondary school. Now that particular section there, now the constituency. I don't also assist a number of communities with water projects. I don't help community with them, bury them. You know, these are the things we are doing in our little way in terms of scholarship, or push education. We constituent that they can, and then kind of they listen to them, for see how we can help them. Okay. Right? I also get another project within the pipeline for helping people in another community with a bridge. Okay. So these are some of the things we are doing. We are not having a dime from the central government or push any development that we constituency. So we are really constrained as members of parliament, but we try our best for that to meet the needs of the people.
Yeah, thank you, Honorable. Yes, of course, we go probably at the end of the program, we will play one of you clip them where they do some of them, then let people see. Now we can't talk Honorable because for quite some time, you don't the offline. Honorable, are you there now? You there online now? You get to me, Honorable? You get me? The sound, whenever they get you, sound, whenever they get you. Whenever they get you, sound, whenever they get the sound. Okay, well, I'll probably we will just try for a round of the program because find out say we other important guests they struggle with I think internet or so. Did they get me? Okay. Yeah, Honorable, they get me now. Did they get me? All right. Well, we're sorry for that glitch. Me family only listen the program. Most probably, Honorable will invite you to some. Will invite you all the time for make you can talk to the people. Unfortunately, today not today. We're talking about that. You understand that that makes for good governance. Because we get stable internet in a salon, things that they normal, they get glitch like this. Given the exorbitant amount of money they pay for internet, they people enjoy good internet. No, they that inside the amount of internet where they pay per month is so laughable, it's so small, but at least it's so powerful. But all this is based on good governance. And that make could always try for talk for like at least the government to pay attention and the area will productive, area will create job, area where the infrastructure, area where go boost the economy, area where they bring can benefit for we, not for just do things and way like randomly. Policies the way not important, you take that important. It's in a way important, you put that not important. Like waiting, we never explain to. So we hello, Honorable. You get it? Okay. We'll not get the sound. All right. Now we will not get the sound. Absolutely. Okay. Honorable, okay, one of you click your own see. Okay, this is a very short walk. Like I said, we will most probably invite you in a very special segment for kind of talking point that you can explain to people much about what you can do for your community and so on and so forth. Because like what we get to know, for people in Siam. And family, yeah, now so we try for end of the program. Unfortunately, Honorable Mami Colson to where they struggle for joining back due to poor network. We sorry about that. It gets so many important things there for talk. So many, but unfortunately, we go for 11 so. Now, Honorable Sad, what's now your last word to family when you listen you?
We want to make the people of Sierra Leone understand the issue of the budget, so they deal with a very serious. By next week, we will go into appropriation committee where we will begin to look at the budget in detail, line by line, figure by figure, to see exactly what government allocates for the various sectors then for the year 2021. We will look at them critically We see where there is need for increment, we go advocate for that. Where there is need for reduction for any sector, also say the allocation too much, we will see, we will make a recommendation, right? This now a very important responsibility where we, the members of parliament, we are charged to perform. And this time around, we assure the people of Sierra Leone that we have to look at this budget with all seriousness, we have to give due diligence, and recommend things that we will say will help for alleviate the plight of the common Sierra Leonean. Because as members of parliament, we are representing our people. The concerns of our people is our concern. Anything we concern the people, now we own paramount concern as well. We want to see that the budget reflects the reality on the ground. The budget reflects the aspirations and expectations of our people. And we don't stop there. We want to assure the people of Sierra Leone as well that after the approval of the budget, we as members of parliament will continue with a robust oversight function to see that all the money in the world are approved for do waiting government for do for people they do. One main concern will see say it affects the implementation of the programs of government through the various ministries, departments, and agencies, that's the late allocation of funds. Government cannot allocate, say, we give the Ministry of Agriculture, for instance, 200 billion. Sometimes throughout the year, that ministry they not go receive up to 100 billion. And sometimes the time when they give them, they're not going to give them total. That quarterly allocation what they can do. At times the first quarter can done, they meet into the second quarter before the first quarter comes. And if you do things like that, it affects the operation. You know, what in that ministry for achieve, what in that agency they for do within that period of time, they're not going to be able to ask. So we ask that the government, through the Ministry of Finance, do prompt release of funds to them various MDAs so that they will carry out their programs. Okay, at the end of the day, Parliament, we did for perform with oversight responsibility for see that whatever couple, whatever sent any ministry, department or agency receive, what you receive them for, you utilize them for that purpose.
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable Sir Charles of constituency 028, Connaught District. We're now also the Deputy Caucus Leader of C4C, and we appreciate your time. We tell you plenty for we honor the invitation. We hope to get you back sometime at the program. So goodbye.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Honorable, are you still with us? Honorable Anami. We're not to get you, sir. We're not to get you, absolutely. The sound. Okay, Fambule, now so we left the program, so the talking point platform go end the program in this. We tell now plenty thank you for we on our journey with today. And the thing that we will all on discuss now very important thing there. We will hope say yes, we invite more important guests and back for Camp Journey. Until then, my name is Mohamed Kabo and goodbye.